In the smoky air, an evil plot is brewing. One as wicked as the man who speaks it into existence.
Kill him.
It's a shame to raise children in a broken home. Destroy everything!
Well, I am impressed, little lamb. Come on up. I'll be right here waiting for you.
What? The boy? Coming here? Well, this should be fun.
If you want to see the commander so badly, I'll take you to him. In pieces.
If you were asked to think of a Dragon Ball villain off the top of your head, you would typically think of Frieza, Cell, Buu, etc. But I honestly think the Red Ribbon Army is slept on. Now, I don't just mean the Neo Red Ribbon Army from the Superheroes movie, or Dr. Gero and all the androids he made in Dragon Ball Z. The original Red Ribbon Army saga is really great, and pioneered a lot of the ideas the series would build upon later on. Even before the army was introduced, Toriyama used them to build upon the main theme of Dragon Ball. There's always someone stronger.
You've got lots to learn before you're up to his level, and plenty of others are just as strong. There's a whole dimension of fighting techniques that you don't know yet.
When we hear this, we immediately think of how the main villains have progressed throughout the series. Piccolo to Raditz, Raditz to Vegeta, Vegeta to Frieza, and so on and so forth. But that's always just one individual person to another. What's really great about the Red Ribbon Army saga is that Toriyama kind of turns this idea on its head a little bit. Sure, someone almost always means just one person, but this time the someone means a whole army with one united goal: world domination. Before we get into the specifics of the anime and manga, I want to compliment the army's overall aesthetic. Toriyama is always praised for the designs of his characters, and that includes the Red Ribbon Army. He obviously drew inspirations from the SS Army during World War II, but the small details he added really do go a long way. The Red Ribbon logo itself is heavily slept on. This logo is seen all over the series and is so simple, yet it's extremely effective. It is a fantastic design. The first time we see the Red Ribbon Army in action is in Chapter 55, and the first thing they do is threaten to kill Goku over the Dragon Ball he just found. As the reader, we understand that they can't harm Goku at all, they're nothing to him, but they don't know that. This shows us that the army isn't only corrupt at the very top, but even the basic foot soldiers are willing to kill innocent children to get what they want. Although Colonel Silver's fight with Goku is relatively short and very one-sided, him being able to just catch Goku off guard with his speed is such a subtle detail that shows us that the higher-ups in the army should not be underestimated. Commander Red's design is really underrated. The small details really do help carry him, like his constant smoking and the luxury items that he has. One of the first things we see of him is his short temper. He's always ready to kill someone if they fail, no matter who they are in the army. So we instantly understand that he controls his army through fear. As I said, it's the little thing.
Alright, I get it!
In all seriousness, Red is such a great antagonist. His overwhelming reach across the world is a really great threat. The true power of the Red Ribbon Army isn't necessarily in their numbers, but it's rather in their technology. We see this when Goku attacks the Muscle Tower, which is one of my favorite locations in the Attack of the Saiyans game. It's here where we see all the things the Red Ribbon Army is known for, like their smug generals and their weaponry, but most importantly, their robots and androids. Personally, Goku and Ader's friendship is one of my favorite parts about the original series. They're just so wholesome and kind to one another, and I can't not have a smile on my face when I read it. What I'm even more fond of though is seeing how often Goku struggles throughout the Muscle Tower. He's forced to think on his toes and come up with creative solutions to win even when it looks like he shouldn't. Even General White pushes Goku a bit with his hyper gun. If Ader didn't step in to save Goku, who knows what will have happened to him. General Blue is one of, if not the most underrated villain in Dragon Ball. Not only is he extremely crafty and cunning, but he's also really gay.
Jump down, and then say some fucking gay shit. I'm gay!
All memes aside, I really do like General Blue, no homo, no diddy. He orders his troops around in the same way that Commander Red does, but to an even more extreme degree. What I like most about him is that he's not just a threat when it comes to giving orders, but he's a strong fighter too. He's able to fight Krillin head on and even overpower him a little bit, and then he also has psychic powers on top of that. At this point in the series, Blue is one of the strongest fighters on the planet. I can't stress this enough. He clearly didn't receive the title of general just because he's smart, but he's also willing to throw hands when he has to, even if it runs the risk of him getting hurt.
Now it's over!
He's able to withstand a lot of Goku's attacks, and even his powers work on Goku too. If it wasn't for the cave collapsing around them, he most likely would have killed Goku. His ambush at the Kame house really shows how smart he is. He knows that blindly running in wouldn't really work, so he ties everybody up before revealing himself. This is the second time he actually would have won if he just wasn't so unlucky with Launch coming back. Even if the bomb didn't kill Goku or Krillin or Roshi, it would have at least killed Bulma, which would have absolutely ruined any hopes they would have had about fighting the Dragon Balls with her radar. Sadly, even with how strong and cunning he is still working for the Red Ribbon Army.
You failed to get the Dragon Ball from the kid, and you had the nerve to come here empty-handed?
But Commander, I was able to confiscate the Dragon Radar from him.
A good find, I'll give you that. But, if I recall, your assignment was to get the Dragon Balls. You know how it works around here. Those who cannot achieve results are punished. I will be willing to let you live if you fight Mercenary Tao here and defeat him.
Fatality.
Mercenary Tao is absolutely one of the highlights of this saga. He's got such a great design and personality, and he's even strong enough to kill General Blue with just his tongue. But the best part is that he does something the series hasn't really seen up until this point. You might think I'm alluding to how he outright beat Goku, and yeah, he did. But for the first time in the series, he made a fight personal to Goku.
Here, have your spear.
In the first arc, Goku only really fought people when Bulma said to do it. Nothing was personal to him, he was just going along with the ride. Then in the next arc, he's training for and fighting in the World Martial Arts Tournament. The first tournament has no personal grudges. Piccolo isn't there trying to take over the world, and the Crane School isn't starting shit with the Turtle School. This tournament has nothing like that at all. The Red Ribbon Army Saga is the first time fights are personal between Goku and the villains when Tao Pai Pai kills Appa's father. Up until this point, Goku hasn't really suffered any kind of real tragedy. Now, he did lose Grandpa Gohan early on in his life. As far as he was aware, Gohan passed away naturally. But Bora's death wasn't natural. This is the first time in the series when Goku sees someone die at the hands of the villain. It's the first time Goku was unable to really save someone, and to add insult to injury, he couldn't do anything to Tao Pai Pai.
You're still standing?
Dodon Red!
Now, I have been singing the praises of this arc this whole time, but it does have some flaws, especially towards the end. Goku's rematch with Tao Pai Pai is fantastic, and it has one of the most satisfying defeats of a villain in the whole series in my opinion. But this is when the fight against the army, once again, it's not super personal to Goku. The final fight has no real personal drama between Commander Black and Goku. You know, Colonel Silver, he was the introduction to the Red Ribbon Army. General White was at least harassing the people of Jingle Village that helped save him. General Blue was just hunting Goku down, chasing after them for, 10 chapters and a lot of anime episodes? Just about every other commander of the Red Ribbon Army has some kind of personal beef with Goku. but General Black actually really doesn't. After General Black kills Commander Red and assumes the position of commander, he tries negotiating with Goku. He says he'll help Goku revive Bora if Goku works for him, but obviously Goku refuses. Overall, the climax of this arc kind of falls flat in my opinion. I know what I'm about to say might not sound right, but hear me out a bit. Goku is too strong. In the last few chapters of this arc, we see him struggle all throughout the arc against the generals and their weaponry, but we sadly don't really get that here. He effortlessly plows through everybody, only taking one sniper shot and it barely affected him. Commander Black did land a couple hits on Goku in his mech suit, but in all honesty, they barely affected him at all. He was just caught off guard by him getting in the robot. We even see all his friends, Yamcha, Launch, and Krillin gearing up to help him fight the army, but that just amounts to nothing. We all know that Goku is at his best when he struggles against the opponents he has to fight, both as a fighter and as a character. We got to see that all throughout this arc, and it's a real shame we didn't get that towards the end. I always feel a bit underwhelmed when I reread the arc and get to the last few chapters of the manga. If only there's another version of this arc that, fixed these issues.
Oh my gosh, I know who you guys are! You're the Red Ribbon Army!
Calling on all activated drones. Attack the boy intruder at all costs. What are you doing? Finish your job and take his life.
I can't.
I'm Goku. What's yours?
I only have my prototype name, android number 8.
Hey, I know. Why don't we call you Ader?
Ater? My name is Ater. I think I like it. Fall to your knees! And hail the new king!
I have used a few clips from the Path to Power movie in previous videos, but now I'm finally able to actually talk about the movie itself. The movie retells the beginning arc of Dragon Ball, but replaces Emperor Pilaf with the Red Ribbon Army. It's such a simple change, but the film really uses that change very well. Overall, I try my best to avoid using the word perfect, unless we're talking about Cell, of course. Dragon Ball is not a perfect series, but it does have perfect moments. The climax in the Path to Power movie is 100% perfect in my opinion. The animation, the fight itself, the music, the lack of music at times, everything is perfect. All of those issues I brought up with the last bit of the saga in the manga and anime are fixed here. Goku actually struggles to beat Commander Black, Ader returns to save Goku, and the fight itself becomes personal to Goku when Black kills Ader.
Did I upset you? Are you so sad that this pitiful glitch of an android couldn't survive against my robot's power? We'll swallow it, because it won't be the last to go!
Now Ader's gone too, but he wasn't ready. He was my friend. And you took him away!
In fact, one of the best parts about this movie is what they did with Ader. So in the manga, he refuses to fight Goku at all. But in this movie, he actually does fight Goku, and actually kinda beats him. However, he refuses to outright kill Goku. It's a small change, but I think it really does help elevate his character and this movie. It shows that the Red Ribbon Army's technology can defeat Goku. And then it makes Ader's attempt to protect Goku feel even more impactful. Goku saved his life, so now Ader's trying to return the favor.
I'm not Android 8! My name is Ader!
Ader.
Hi, Goku. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
I really have trouble putting into words just how much I love this final scene. The climax of this movie really is great. Maybe I love it a lot because it's mirroring Android 16's death. Both of these scenes have an android whose name is divisible by 8, and their last words push Goku and Gohan over the wall they were stuck at. In fact, Goku only beat Commander Black because Ader saved him and caused the robot to be damaged, which was the perfect spot for Goku to aim his Kamehameha at. This is why I wanted from the original arc, seeing Goku's friends help him, just as much as he has helped them in return. I don't want to stay on the movie for too much longer. If you have not watched the Path to Power movie yet, I highly recommend you do. One of the most overlooked aspects of the Red Ribbon Army arc is this is the first time we see Goku actively step into the role of a hero. Even though he's only doing it to help revive Bora, he is saving the world. Imagine if Goku did die in this arc. The Red Ribbon Army would have achieved world domination. No one would have been able to stop them. Commander Black most likely would have wished for the army to be an unstoppable force with technology that no one could defeat. Alongside that, the Red Pharmaceutical Company could buy the rights to produce insulin and EpiPens and charge all the money that they could possibly want for these life-saving medicines. But Goku did stop them. This is the first time he has saved the world, even if that's not what he intended to do, just like he did when he fought Frieza. In fact, Frieza does take some inspiration from Commander Red. They're both tyrannical dictators, they kill their own men if they fail, even their wishes are the same.
Blast it! I'll never be 7'5". I mean, without that last ball, I can't make my wish!
You were going to wish for height?
What I want is to increase my height by 5 full centimeters.
I know I'm getting a little bit autistic here, but imagine a timeline where Raditz did return to Earth to find Kakarot, only to be met with an army of unstoppable androids because Goku did not stop the Red Ribbon Army. There's so much potential here, and I can't wait to make these kind of what-if scenarios in Sparking Zero. Like, what if Raditz was stopped by the Red Ribbon Army? Or what if Cell was actually made to stop Babidi and Majin Buu?
Write that down, write that down!
When they do start releasing DLC, I really do hope that they add in General Blue and Ader, and maybe even the Path to Power version of Commander Black as a giant robot character. I really do mean it when I say that the Red Ribbon Army is one of the most influential villains in Dragon Ball. Now, I don't really mean that in terms of anime and pop culture as a whole. Obviously, characters like Frieza and Cell have had more of a cultural relevance over Commander Red, but I mean that in terms of regarding Dragon Ball as a series. One of the best aspects of the Red Ribbon Army saga is it really is when Dragon Ball started to form its own identity. The first arc is based entirely off of Journey to the West, and then we get a fun training arc that leads into a tournament. But it's here where we see all the things Dragon Ball is really known for start to appear. Goku getting a new mentor to learn from, a tyrannical dictator who rules with fear and the threat of death, tragedy happening in Goku's life that he has to overcome. There are so many small seeds that were planted in this arc that eventually blossomed into the Dragon Ball series we know and love today. Real quick, I want to at least address that the anime and manga have a lot of differences. When I make these Dragon Ball videos, I typically reread the manga and find the anime scenes that correspond with those manga panels and stuff later on. So I tend to skip over a lot of the filler in the anime. The saga starts about on episode 29 and ends around episode 67, so I don't really have the time to sit through 40 episodes of this anime just to find 1 or 2 scenes to talk about. So forgive me if you were hoping to hear me talk about Colonel Violet stealing the money at the end of the saga, or how I brushed past the Dr. Slump cameo in the anime and manga, so I really wanted to keep things focused on the army as best as I could. But one thing I have to give the anime credit for is how well they always manage to portray the army, not only in the Path to Power movie, but the anime itself. There are dozens of shots of them mobilizing and getting ready for battle, getting in planes on their ships, etc. These scenes are a highlight of the saga, and I would feel like a jerk if I at least didn't stop and say, look, these scenes, they're really good. Overall, this video wasn't meant to be a full start to finish breakdown of the whole saga. You know, I brushed past some scenes and moments and fights here and there. This is more like a best of, and to look back on what the Red Ribbon Army established for the series to build upon later on. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a like and check out some of the other Dragon Ball related videos that I've made. Also, be on the lookout for my Sparking Zero streams too, in less than a week. That's insane! I can't wait to start playing that game. There are so many what-if scenarios I want to make, and I swear, if anyone steals my what-if Cell was made to defeat Majin Buu what-if idea, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get your ass. We'll throw hands on Sparking Zero like real men do. With all that being said, catch you guys later.